If you are new here, hello, welcome. I am Azari.
And I am Space, the witch, and this is Apollo.
Oh
cat.
shit, hold on, we gotta do that again because I was on the wrong motherfucking scene. Just kidding. If you are new here, what's up? I am Azari.
And I am Space, the witch, and this is Apollo, the cat. Oh, piss me off.
Welcome to Witches and Weebs, where the otaku lifestyle, spirituality, fandom, and witchcraft all come together to create a harmonious community of witches and weebs and everything in between. We dive into all things mystical, magical, pop culture, witchy, weeby, anything under the sun considered fun. So, if you are here, thank you for joining us on our journey to enlightenment, and we hope that you have as much fun as we do. Jazz hands.
What is up with this introduction today? What has been up with this introduction today? Ooh. Welcome to Fandom. I almost said fucking Witches and Weebs again. Anyway, welcome to Fandom Friday Reacts. Yay!
Congratulations to the Knicks for winning the motherfucking championship, by the way. Okay, continue.
It's well deserved. It's been a long time.
It's been 53, 54 years.
It's 53, isn't it?
I think so.
I'm sorry, and I watch an anime recommended by our community, picked by viewers, or chosen by us. And we watch the entire episode here, so you can watch alongside us and get our live reactions. Today we are back with episode 12 of Witch Hat Atelier, and woo, it's almost over, and we haven't picked our new one yet because I don't know what's starting soon, so you're just gonna have to give us some time.
But in the meantime, you will still be able to enjoy Witches and Weebs while we break down Witch Hat Atelier's magic system. That's gonna be great.
Correct. There will be I am doing quite a bit of research right now to make spells and sigils in that system. I have gathered quite a bit of information, so that is being researched in the back end. The main question I have for you guys today is, what do you think's gonna happen on this fucking test? I'm so nosy.
I'm also very
How do you think Agott's gonna do? How do you think Richeh is gonna do? How do you think Richeh is gonna fucking what kind of spells she's gonna pull out? Because she only likes to do her own spells. So
I think that this is going to be, hopefully, I think that this episode is going to be a good character development sequence of how Richeh learns to still be able to embrace who she is while still following protocol of being a witch and understanding that, hey, you can still be you. There's nothing wrong with being you. We'll never stop you from being you, but also you have to make sure that you know exactly what you're getting into.
And here's my thing about the whole being you and not ever looking towards other. That means you are only ever, you're in your own mind. You're in your own ignorance. You have to learn from other people to learn more about yourself. To learn more about yourself, you have to learn about other people and what they do and what, oh, I don't like that, so I want to do something different.
Yep.
It's not all about like taking pieces, like, oh, if I read this, I have to do it exactly how. No.
Yep.
You read something and then you be like, well, I like this part, but I don't really like this part. Okay, so I'm gonna take this part and use it.
How can I make this fit me?
How can I make this fit me? It's all about figuring out how it can fit you.
Yeah.
Not fitting yourself to the thing.
Yep. It's less about rejecting what is there and taking it and turning it into something that is more palatable and digestible for you as a person that fits with your identity. I'm very excited to see Richeh grow.
I am also very excited to see Richeh grow. Do we remember what happened last week?
Okay, so last week, at the start of the anime, we were seeing some two scale wolves. We were trying to figure out what kind of correlation that they'll have with the episode. We're going to touch on that later. But during, Agott comes to the realization that Coco is not necessarily as different as everybody else thinks she is. Or not everybody else, but Agott thinks she is. Agott's like, she's not too bad. She might be an outsider, but we're kind of the same in the sense that we want to get better at doing magic for our different reasons. So yay, character development and clarity for Agott. Woohoo!
Yay!
Now, we were introduced to those scale wolves who shed their scales during maiden season, and these scales are used to create these illusion cloaks that we're going to talk about later. And it's just really interesting to see different sort of magic that's just not from the book or those little pocket things that they have. Coco learns that she has a specialty, and it's making straight lines, which makes the most sense because she worked at her mother's tailoring shop, and she would always cut these neat lines when she was breaking apart the fabric to give to their customers. So now she's embracing the fact that I have a specialty, and now it's something that she can continue refining while also learning where she needs to improve, because your strengths are just as important as your weaknesses, and your weaknesses are just as important as your strengths. So you always know where to improve and where you excel at. Qifrey and Arugio remind us why the community thinks that they're boyfriends. Arugio was like, hey, sleep is great. Here's some fucking, what are they called? Here's some snug stones for you and the girls. And Qifrey was like, there's 4 of them. And Arugio's like, bitch.
Set a good example.
Be so fucking for real. While Coco was excited about being able to learn more spells because she finally found out her specialty, she was like elated to share this with Richeh, who really didn't take too kindly. And so she kind of stormed off because, you know, Richeh lore reasons. And then we eventually find her in a little hidden club, like a little hidden cave, cove, whatever you want to call it, where she had created her own spell that Coco was in awe over.
And Richeh saw that her spell was making somebody happy. So we get to dive more into Richeh lore after this, and there's something clearly with her brother and her past that has left her deeply, deeply scarred. She doesn't like being told what to do, and like we mentioned a little earlier, doesn't want anybody to be touching her spells, only wants to make spells from her own mind and her own creation. Her brother, again, and her family possibly play a very pivotal role in shaping how Richeh views magic, and she doesn't like having books or people tell her what to draw or what to do. So from there, we move on to take the test. Agott is ready while Richeh, surprise, surprise, Qifrey went behind her back and signed her up anyway, because that is what adults do. They force children to grow up. And like we said earlier about Richeh, there is a level of, yeah, you don't have to let the book tell you what to do. You can just take the pieces that you like from the book and be like, mine now. Of course, she's annoyed by this. She's definitely annoyed by Qifrey telling her what to do, and she's like, you're not letting me be myself. But Elira is back, and she is serving as the proctor for this exam and showcased the power of the scale wolf cloaks by showing up as a giant brush buddy, which I would have loved to be just fucking real. Like, they get that big?
Please.
They get that big?
They must have get that big, because that's where the illusion magic come from.
You're right. They do actually. Oh, you're right. I love whimsy.
I love brush buddies.
I love big brush buddies.
I love that.
So we also get to meet 2 new characters. Qifrey.
Yeah, that piece of shit.
Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy hard.
Fuck
that guy hard. And
what was the
how do you pronounce his name?
I think it's Euini. Euini. Yeah.
Qifrey is literally the most obnoxious, awful teacher ever, and Qifrey is boogas.
Oh God, Qifrey.
Like he was like, oh, what did you fucking say?
Right?
And Qifrey was like, I gotta go. Cut myself loose.
Here. Oh, spooky.
I'm spooked. Ooh. And clearly this is what Euini's fucking insecurity is from, is this awful teacher. Qifrey tries to uplift him, and when Qifrey tries to offer his 2 cents, Qifrey acts like he didn't say shit.
He was like, you said something? My man said, must have been the
we're
wind.
About to watch. Must have been the wind. Must have been the fucking wind. And we're about to watch the test begin in this next episode. I'm very excited. Are we excited?
I'm so excited. I hope that we get Euini in Qifrey's Atelier, because I don't want him to be with Qifrey. And I think that it would be very cute for the girls to have a boy buddy, so he can be, he can learn from them, obviously, because they've been learning from each other, and he clearly needs some people to be able to, like, like bounce off of, and he might even become friends with Tarta. So he'll have another dude friend. That's awesome.
To be honest, I would like him to be friends with Tarta.
I would also like him to be friends with Tarta. I just want him to have friends. I want Qifrey to adopt him and bring him into the Atelier and show that boy like, hey, you don't have to be so insecure. We're gonna help you out. Your teacher, your old teacher, he sucks ass.
Sucks.
We are awesome. Okay.
Stinky. All right, ready?
Alrighty.
昔この岬の洞窟には繊細な魔法細工の工芸に優れたロモノン王国という豊かな国があった。魔法の金細工を身にまとい尊大な態度を隠そうともしないロモノン人は洞窟の外の国やそこから訪れる人々を自分たちとは分けて考え見下していた。ロモノンの豊かさに噂が噂を呼び地上からの旅人が増えた頃、
Sounds very
彼らにと
Roman.
って益のあるものだけを迎え入れるために選ばれた者のみが通れる蛇の背の道を作った。そしてその道を通ることを許されない無益な者はロモノンに決してたどり着けないよう洞窟に迷宮の魔法を刻んだんだ。ロモノンはさらに美しく豊かになったが、ますます高慢で排他的になり、ある時からロモノン人同士で互いの価値を選別し始めた。そして無益とされた者は価値なき肉体であるよりはと魔法で街を飾る金細工に変えられたんだ。流れの止まった水が濁るように閉ざされたロモノンはよどんでいった。国の内側で憎み合い、疲れて弱って、最後は山のような金細工の重みで崩壊したそうだよ。
And that's where greed will get you.
蛇の背の道と迷宮と化した洞窟を残してね。
Yep.
人は本当に恐ろしいよ。
Yes, they
簡単に
are.
恐ろしいことができてしまうのだと自覚している者が少ないのも恐ろしい。
This show be spitting.
でも先生、
This should be spitting.
魔法は人を幸せにするものですよね。誰かを助けたり、世界を彩るための力なんですよね。
君たち未来の魔法使いがそう思ってくれるならきっと。そうだね。大丈夫だ。でも
But notice how he said it's possible. He didn't say that it is, so it should be, but he already knows that it's not.
Not. Because humans aren't.
魔法は世界を彩るための力。そう願うよ。本当に。そう願う。
I love that
さあ
introduction.
この道をどう進む？私は試験監督だからここからはもう口出さないぜ。
ぐねぐねしてるけど、ずっと先まで一本道。こんなの飛んでいけばすぐ終わる。
Also, be careful, girl, because they said if you use magic, they'll detect that you are not actually a penguin and they'll run away from
この
you.
気に立ってる。あなたの魔法なの？
これはこの道の魔法。空間がぐちゃぐちゃになってるこの洞窟で唯一水平な正解の道はこの蛇の背の上だけなんだ。ここから足を踏み外すと洞窟迷宮に落ちた挙句入り口に逆戻りしてしまうんだよ。
Oh, that is definitely a maze. Magical maze.
この石畳は全部魔法陣ってこと？でもところどころひび割れて崩れてる。
だから僕一度目の試験はそれに気づけなくて落ちちゃった。ここでの正解は基礎魔法教本にある。
あの魔法ね。
So he's actually very knowledgeable, just not practiced.
That too. Practice, and he's definitely not confident either.
The bookless, that's the understatement of the century.
魔法陣がまだ生きている箇所だけが水平なら、水が表面に溜まるところが正しく通れる道ってことよ。
完璧な正解だ。さすが黒向けの人だね。僕は2回目の時でもそんなに
正しい答え、正しい魔法、正しい道。そこから外れたらダメなんて。
She doesn't want to be practical. She wants to be eccentric.
無駄な魔法ばかり書いて、そんなんじゃまっとうな魔法使いになれないぞ。どうして先生の言う通りにできないんだ。こんな落書きは捨てなさい。捨て
たくない。落書きじゃないのに、これはリチェの魔法なのに。リチェはリチェを捨てたくない。そのためには。
こっちよ。おいで。
I do think that the way she is thinking is definitely going to stunt her growth as a witch unless she manages to get out of that mindset.
Absolutely. Because if she doesn't learn from anything else, anybody else, she can't learn anything.
Yep. Her
She's
knowledge
only-
is only limited to what she knows.
She knows, and she is a child.
仲間と鳴き声で会話する。だからこの子たちについてきてほしいときは、共鳴の魔法で鳴き声に似た音を出すのが正解って。え
But I also like that this is challenging her because he keeps talking about the right answer. And it's like,
こうじゃなきゃダメって決まりなんてない。
メルフォンが。
ユイニはこの試験の経験者かもしれないけど。
There's no right
これ
answer.
正解正解ってうるさいし、先回りして解説するのもおせっかい。リチェはリチェになりたいの。リチェじゃない魔法使いになりたいわけじゃない。だからリチェは自分の魔法だけでこの道の出口まで行ってみせる。
リチェ。
それはでも無理だよ。世の中にはそんなの通用しないんだ。これだって試験の問題なんだから、ちゃんと決まった答えがあるんだし。僕らは未熟者で見習いで子供なんだから、ちゃんと教法の通りにやらなくちゃ。でないとまた落ちちゃうよ。っていうか試験ってそういうものだし。
そういうものだから。
His thinking is also gonna stunt his growth, though.
absolutely.
失敗するかも。
できるようにやればできる。
そんな無茶苦茶な。
失敗を覚えていたら知恵にもなるし、生かしたら糧になる。そういう学び方してる子を一人知ってる。リチェのやりたいようにやればいい。私には関係ない。
アガットに言われなくてもそうする。
Like she's gonna eventually realize that the spells that she made isn't the answer to most things. They might be for some, but definitely she's going to need the basics for some of them too.
何の音？水？
僕は先生に毎日言われるんだ。お前には無理だ。お前にはできない。
Ugh.
僕もそう思う。だから僕以外の人のやり方を勉強した。でもやっぱり
He needs a new master.
Oh my god, the understatement of the century.
そもそもが選ばれないものを拒むために作
God,
られた
that's
道
so
だもん。
fucking freaky.
That is really fucking freaky.
ココ、どうしたの？キーフリー先生、今日って他の魔法使いさんも来たりするんですか？
クックローは帰ってしまったし、いないと思うけど、どうして？
今あっちにローブ姿の誰かがいたような。
ここ。
Coco, when are you gonna learn to stop running off by your damn self?
誰もいるわけないか。はーい、今行きます。
流れ落ちた水。
Them motherfuckers do that shit on purpose because they want her to see them.
Absolutely.
石畳の裏にある魔法陣の効果もないってことね。どうにかしてここを渡らなきゃ。リチェ、
魔法陣の効果があるのはこの石の上にいるとき。だから石の上をあっちの道まで伸ばせばいい。 こんな風に。
So I'm guessing that the magic they're doing is not so extreme to where they are exposed to these little merfins as being human.
ほら、できないこと、できるやり方に変えたらできるでしょ。
Mm-hmm.
一理あるわね。
I guess. Looks like they're being very obvious about their magic
Yeah,
to me.
I know. That's why I'm like,
This one, less so.
繰り返し魔法の合わせ技。
Because all the dude sees is a new floor in front of him, and he's like, cool!
アガット、
やっぱりマントの下じゃ丁寧には書けないから長持ちせずにすぐ消えてしまうわ
oh
ね。
yeah, okay. So they're being
まだまだだわ。
right.
もっと
They're
もっと頑張らないと。
Oh, so
they have to
I
hide
think
their
the proctor,
magic.
I think their proctor just can't see them do magic.
次はお前の番だろ。
They have to hide it underneath their cloak the whole time. Yeah.
やっぱりできない。向いてないんだ。才能も度胸も知識も
The merfin's like, hey,
Excuse me.
you good?
Buddy, are you all good?
今回もきっとダメなんだ。
ね、あなた最初から分析もうんちくも十分に披露してたじゃない。二度の経験と知識を生かさなくてどうするのよ。何でもいいから書いてみなさい。鳴き声の魔法。水たまりを作る雨魔法。ってなんでもう通り過ぎたところの魔法なのよ。新しいの書かなきゃ渡れないのに。
書けないんだ。
はあ？
僕手の震えが止まらなくなっちゃうんだ。誰かがいるところで書いたときは一度もうまくいったことがないんだ。見られてると思うと汗かいて滑って震えて。
Because all his teacher does is fucking stare at him.
ばかり。僕だって何とかしたいけど自分でもどうしようもない
Qifrey,
んだ。
please, if you can hear me, save this boy from his whack ass master.
ますますダメになっちゃうから。今度こそ先へ進もうと予習して勉強して必要になりそうな正解の魔法をあらかじめ書いてきた
I
んだ。
do like that his thinking is very opposite Richeh, so we get to see both perspectives
Yes. And how they kind of have to come together.
and how they're very similar despite having different perspectives.
血が途切れてるなんて
My camera's shaking.
やり方じゃないから罰が当たったんだ。なんでいつも僕ってこうなんだろう。君は君になりたいって言ってたけど、僕はできるなら僕をやめたい。僕じゃない誰かになりたいよ。
I love
これは
him.
知らざる者たちの前でもバレずに魔法を使えるかどうかを
Okay, that's what it
悪い
is.
けどあの様子じゃ何度やっても
They
わ
have
か
to
る
be
とは思えないわ。
inconspicuous about
で
it.
きなくない。ユイニーはユイニーのままでできる。今自分で答え言ってた。気づいてないの？一人だと集中して書けるなら今一人になればいいじゃん。
でも
Put yourself inside your cloak. You're alone.
魔法では石を伸ばしたり雨を降らせたりできるんだもん。一人になれる部屋でも何でも作れるはず。
I feel like the two of
じ
them,
ゃあ魔法はなしで。
そんな無茶なこと聞いて
she's gonna help him figure out how to be himself, and he's gonna help her, like, understand that it's okay to be practical sometimes. At least I hope. He's so cute. I
Oh.
love him.
There. You're alone.
Okay, so the task is they have to keep the spells
あ
hidden.
なた
So I guess so the illusion doesn't fade.
やだやだ
Yeah.
やだよ。最悪だ。なんて惨めなんだろう。とっさに思いついたやり方がこれって。情けなくて泣けてくる。あの子たちきっと呆れてるだろうな。
Nope.
Relax.
こんな姿外から見たら滑稽だろうし。
Meanwhile, the proctor and all of them are just kind of like
想像したらバカみたいだって思うもの。
waiting.
先生だってきっと僕に失望して。笑われてない。誰も呆れたり笑ったり。
Yes, because they're not your stinky, stupid, dumb master.
自身以外はできるようにやればできるか。そっか。今ここで僕にできないって呪いをかけているのは。
Especially because the proctor like looked just like
She's just waiting.
waiting.
鏡。こっち。あ、いや、こっち。影狩りの鏡マントの魔法陣。鏡っていうより覆いの矢と反射の矢の応用で着ている人の姿を隠して影にしてから鱗に映り込んだ獣の巨像を投影する魔法なのか。すごいな。複数に重ね掛けして。
I know what some of those do.
これなら僕もしかして。
You can do it, boy. I believe in you, Euini. Euini.
Wow, he holds a pen like shit. No wonder his hand shakes.
どうした？ユイニ、そこにいろ。風の盾を張る。ロモノンの罠か、あるいは未知の古代魔法。
大丈夫です。これ僕の魔法です。
ユイニ。
お前、そのマントはどうした？
中に潜ったら影狩りの鏡マントの魔法陣が見えたので、鏡の部分の魔法だけ消して影狩りだけのマントに変えてみたんです。これなら暗闇に紛れて隠れたままでも書ける。
He made a spell for him.
連れて行くのは難しくなるけど、鳴き声を真似した音魔法があるし、彼らには人間ってバレなければいいんですよね。
まあ一応な。
姿を隠せたら一人になれる。集中できる。もう人目も怖くない。これなら書けるかもって思ったんです。
Oh my god, he's a genius!
Yeah, my guess is he's actually incredibly smart. He's just anxious. Socially anxious as fuck.
Anxious and insecure because his stupid teacher has told him so many times that he can't do it, so he believes that he can't do it.
もう自分のこと嫌じゃない。
ちょっとだけ。
Oh, he's adorable and I love him and I want Qifrey to adopt him so
次は無理だ
bad.
とダメとかすぐ言わないで。ユイに全然ダメじゃないから。
言っちゃうかも。でもそこで終わらせないように頑張るよ。ありがとう、リチェさん。
あなたは他人に興味がないんだと思ってたわ。
ユイニーは最初リチェを助けてくれたからこれでおあいこ。それにやりたいのにできない時の気持ちリチェもわかるから。
できない自分が嫌なのなんて当然じゃない。だから成長できるのよ。私は私以上の私になる。未熟なままの自分を好きになるなんてありえないわ。
試験は自分を知る。
There is no such thing as an inferior self. All past selves were meant to be lessons.
それぞれが自分の方法を探り、自分の歩み方を決めていく。こういうのの繰り返しでな。 試験もそんなに悪くないだろう。
でもキーフリー先生が嘘ついて受けさせたの謝ってくれるまで絶対許さない。誇り
That's
自分
fair
の
as fuck.
勝ちだから。
An angry J point.
そうだ、キーフリーのことなんだけど、あいつ最近何か。つばはりだと。
These motherfuckers just getting bold.
いいかお前ら、つばはり棒の言葉を聞くな。惑わされるな。全力で逃げる。禁止魔法。
I wonder if she sent that hat as a distress signal to Qifrey. Of course, that's the fucking end of the episode. Oh my
Of course
gosh,
it is.
it
Of
pisses
course,
me
of course
off.
it is. I
Of
think
course.
that was absolutely a distress signal.
Qifrey, come help me! And next week is the last episode, so that means that shit is about to go
down. Ow.
Oh my god. Okay. Wow. Okay.
What a good episode. I definitely think that Richeh is going to learn that learning from other people is just as important as learning from yourself and doing stuff your own way. Taking from others and doing it in a different way that suits you is exactly how it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so I'm super excited to see what goes down next episode. Oh my god, with all of this happening, because he did just take the out. Oh my god, how do I say her name again?
Elira?
Elira. Okay, I was right. In my brain, I was like, Elira. He did just take Elira, and he didn't stay at the very end of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if he's like just leaving those kids in there to think that they're, I don't know.
It might be a play for to get Coco and to lead Qifrey to them, because they're just they're weird like that, because they want to be seen. They obviously do things where, at least that one wants to be seen. There's no way that Coco was able to spot this brim cap and then lose them if they just didn't want to be found in the first place, in my opinion.
Like, yeah, I definitely think it was on purpose to be seen by Coco. And I think that, yeah, that's probably a case of they're gonna leave those kids just in the test by themselves, trying to get to Coco, actually. So I think the ending little line by Elira is kind of like a red herring, and it's all about Coco, actually.
Yeah. It's very, very possible, because Coco has been their target for like the whole time. So it's like, why are you taking Elira if not to inform Qifrey, who's going to also bring Coco, where they can probably separate them and have Coco on their own, by herself.
I think they're trying to figure out a way to just separate Coco from Qifrey.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
However, very good episode. Good lessons about taking what is right and making it into something that works for you. And that there is no real right answer. There's only the right answer for you and what helps you, especially in cases of magic.
Yeah.
That is hard on cases of magic. It's what works for you.
Yeah. But you will never know what works for you unless you learn the foundations and the basics first. And that's what Euini is really good at doing. He knows the foundation, he knows the basics, but now he's being taught, like, hey, you can twist the basics and you can make it to something that fits you. So if you think that you can't do the basics, break the basics down, figure out how it works, and then tailor it to something that works for you. The two of them are like Tarta and Coco, who complement each other very well because they have similarities, but from two vastly different perspectives, and they're learning from each other. And that's the case also with Richeh and Euini. They're learning from each other from two totally different perspectives that make them similar.
Two sides of the same coin.
Exactly.
They are two sides of the same coin, learning from each other to come together in balance.
Yes.
And so I really, really liked this episode because this author is very good at showing the extremes of one thinking to the extremes of the other thinking, and how neither are very good. They have to be in balance. You
It's
have to be
yin
like
and
this.
yang. And
Yin and yang.
it's not to be that person, because I'm not trying to be that person, but if you want to look at it from a more like modern perspective, masculine and feminine, and not in the traditional boy girl masculine feminine sense. You've got Coco and Tarta, you've got Richeh and Euini, who are two sides of the same coin, two extremes who come together for a good harmonious balance. I think that is a very good message that the creator is putting out, even if it's not intentional. If it's not intentional, somebody can always figure out, like, hey, that's a pretty good message.
Exactly. Also, I do want to maybe throw this out there, is that maybe they actually do look like the little guys, the little penguin thingies, and they're just in human form for our sake.
Yeah, so their appearance is supposed to be like the penguin, and it's like they're taking this test to see how well they can conceal doing magic, because I think that if they do magic outwardly, it'll expose them and drop the illusion, and then the merfins are like, oh shit, I don't know who the fuck you are, and then dip.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, the animation made the point of not making them look like the penguins the whole time.
Yeah,
and
that
it
would have
just
been
spawned on me.
that would have been really funny. I'm not gonna lie, just Smurfins the whole way through. Like, who's talking? Is that Richeh? Is that
which Smurfin is this?
Yeah, like what's going on right now?
Okay. Anyway, on that revelation, Kiki with me over the fact that I was like, why do they look human the whole time?
I'm like, are these cloaks just not working or something? Like, what's going on?
You can laugh with us in the comments below. You know, because a community that yaps together stays together. And if you want to yap some more, we have a Discord server available, linked in our description. And you can find me over at Twitch at SpaceWitchDS, because I read people's cards very well, if I will say so myself. Mia was in there for yesterday's reading, and I was spot on. But like and subscribe to be a part of the Witches, the Weebs, and everything in betweens, and hit that notification bell so you can be first in line for the next work of art that we are releasing. I know I want to be first in line. I know Azuri does, and I hope that you out there do as well. So remember, stay magical, stay mystical, and stay whimsical. We will see you next time.
Bye, everybody. We hope you enjoyed
Much
this
love.
episode. Mwah.
Bye. Stop flapping your wings.
I'm gonna take off.
Oh my god.